explain that. Exclamation.
Did what?
He wants me to ask you, how can you say Will Smith is a punk, but at the
What
same
did he
time you
say?
big up Ike Turner? He's calling you a hypocrite.
Will Smith is a fucking punk. You little
Well,
sissy ass
he
punk.
says, how can you compliment Ike Turner and not call you? Shouldn't you be calling
Ike
Ike Turner a
Turner
punk?
has been badmouthed by this Hollywood. Ike Turner, I grew up where Ike Turner was an icon in our neighborhood because he always stopped with his homeboy, bought fries and hamburgers and cokes, and would sit there and talk to us youngsters for 2, 3 hours at a time, telling us to stay straight, focus on school, get a decent career together, act like you've got some sense, treat women with respect, and treat your communities with respect. Tina Turner drove around in a matching Rolls Royce, and if you made the bad mistake of confusing the two vehicles, she'd roll the window down, cuss you out, spit at you, tell you you weren't worth a goddamn, and she would treat you like dirt. How else would I do that? Okay, fine. One particular anecdote, personal eyewitness, ear, ears heard, went to a picnic, family style picnic, not picnic, barbecue, 4 houses down from where the Turners live. Ike was down doing his gardening. He put his trowel down, wiped his hands over, came over and talked to the young men, including me. We all played football for Dorsey High, asked us how the team was doing, talked stuff to us, told us to be in school. He went back. That witch, Tina Turner, came out the door, started cussing at him. He started talking to her, saying, please, there are children around. Stop that. She wasn't mad at him about a woman. She was mad at him because he had a writer's block on a song they were working on. She wound up coming out and hitting him as hard as she could, it looked like, with one of these heavy cast iron head rakes. We thought she'd done him some serious harm. Yeah, we saw that. I saw her when she was standing in line at Ralph's Market on Crenshaw Boulevard at the railroad tracks. There were 4 little high school girls went to Dorsey. I was in college, a senior at the time. Tina was standing in front of them. One of them got the nerve. Tina turned around and called her a sleazy, greasy bitch. Don't ever talk to me unless I give you permission. The girls started crying. That's why I don't have any respect for that woman, because Hollywood sat there and tried to run a game on Ike. Ike and his new wife were in front of me for 2 arbitration proceedings. You know what for? Because they had a foundation to help out abused women. What it was about is if the woman signed a contract, they would give her money to escape from the abuse. If she went back, she owed a repayment on what was a loan. If she left, it was a gift. That's what it was about, because Ike Turner was an upstanding man, and that sleazy heifer. Oh, and I don't even talk about what she used to do when she was a pimp in Memphis. And when I got here back in the early 70s and I started getting clients who were scared of that person because she was a gorilla pimp, yeah, let's talk about that. That's how I can talk about a real man who stopped every time he got over and over and would talk to all of the young boys in the hood about being straight, getting your studies together, paying attention to being crime free, and listening to your parents and being something in life. Yeah, I talk about that punk ass Will Smith doing that unmanly BS, and I support a person that helped myself and a lot of other black boys become men and deal with listening to what he was telling us about manhood and respect. And I saw him act with respect, and I saw that witch that Hollywood made into a prototype for a feminist mad woman act exactly the opposite. That's why I have respect for Ike Turner, because he helped so many of us stay straight and true.
Thank
What's a
you.
gorilla pimp?
Well
Does
said.
that answer your question?
Yeah, that was for Big J, Triple X. Tyron Young says,
And don't
question.
give me that goddamn feminist bullshit. What the hell's wrong with you? What's the
um,
matter with you? You don't like manhood, dude?
um,
Don't judge him, Joe Brown.
Hey, I couldn't have said that better myself. Hey, Shalom, Makim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Man, Judge Joe Brown, he told it like it is, okay? He says, Tina Turner was no angel. And I remember the elders had brought this out years ago on how Tina sold out to Amalek and how she was, basically fucking a so-called white man and committing adultery and being disrespectful to Ike. Okay, and when you even watch that bullshit-ass movie, you see that basically at the end of the day, I think she married an Edomite, man, if I'm not mistaken. But you seen in the movie how she was all on Esau's jock tip, and it took away the power from Ike because Ike was the one that founded her ass, man. Okay, because I believe Ike used to perform like down here in St. Louis back in the 60s and 70s and shit. And, I think Tina moved up, to Missouri, actually. I think she moved from Nutbush or some shit. And then she moved up to St. Louis, Missouri is where she met Ike, if I recall the history correct. But that movie, man, was nothing but witchcraft because after that movie, that has created a rebellion in these women. Okay, because they made it seem like this guy Ike was just like a horrible tyrant, which I'm not saying he didn't have his flaws. Of course, he wasn't perfect. He wasn't a man of the Lord. He was on drugs and shit. But then when you see that you're dealing with a demon and a tyrant like that, and should you lose everything, you go to jail behind shit, and then you lose your assets, your kids come against you, you can clearly see that why he probably turned over to crack cocaine and drugs and narcotics and all that crazy shit. Okay, especially when you in that industry. Because let's just say if the movie was on the other, she was on the other foot, and they showed her wicked side in the movie, would you fucking black ass women, would you have that type of sentiment towards men of color now? Okay, would you have any type of hatred towards your man when they showed you her side? But see what happens in this world. See, these women, they can never take accountability because the so-called white man, he doesn't allow them to take accountability for what they've done. So they walk around with this entitled behavior, with this proud demeanor, that a woman could do nothing wrong. But I've seen women do horrible things to men. I've witnessed it firsthand. Okay, I have a mother. I've seen her do horrible shit to men. Okay, and if they retaliated and wanted to knock on her shit, I can see why. I understand it now. See, as a kid, I didn't get it because you're in the one-sided situation. You're full of emotions. You just think somebody's beating up on a person you love. But when I really put two and two together, I'm like, this woman is a goddamn demon. And I was like, wow, when you get older, you see it. And clearly she wasn't no saint. Tina was clearly not a saint. And people hated Ike because Ike had that manly ass spirit on him, man. Okay, when you and in the 60s and you buck up to men, or prior to that in the 50s, you buck up, you'll get put in your place, man. And that's honestly speaking, it's gonna come back to that. Because men are getting back in that masculine type spirit. Salakia, they getting in that masculine type spirit and they're not taking shit off these bitches, man. Okay, they're not taking shit off you women no more. It's either you gonna get with the program or you gonna get left behind. Ain't no compromising with my feelings feel. I get you have feelings, but at the end of the day, if your feelings ain't coming towards the scriptures and from a logical sound of mind, then there's no way we can reason with that. Okay, we don't have to reason with you because you're the weaker vessel. Though the scriptures say deal with them in wisdom because they're the weaker vessel. But that comes with levels, man. Okay, I'm just not finna justify somebody that was flat out wrong. She go crack this man over side of the head with a fucking iron skillet. You could kill somebody with that. I remember my auntie, she threw a fucking iron skillet at my uncle, bro. And she threw it so hard to the point she broke the handle on it. And cast iron skillets are damn, and them shits are durable as hell. That's cast iron. You hit somebody, you can kill him with that. And she launched a cast iron skillet at this man and damn near took his head off and the fucking handle popped off of it. That's how hard she threw that shit. And imagine if he didn't dodge it, it would have killed him. So I'm not justifying people doing evil. Okay, and like I said, Tina Turner was never no fucking saint. And when Lawrence Fishburne played that movie, he said he got so much hate from that movie to the point that, you know, it was to the point people was looking at him like he was actually Ike because he played the shit off that role. But knowing Lawrence Fishburne, if he's as studious and as knowledgeable as he claimed to be, he know that that story was some bullshit. Why would you even sign on to do that? Because he was part of the agenda of making black men we're just so oppressive. We're so oppressive. We got our women in slavery. We're so abusive. Okay, we're mentally abusive. We're verbally abusive. We all these things, but they would never look at the fact on how Esau Edom came in the 60s and set up feminism to destroy our households and our families. Prior to that, the black woman was happy being under the so-called black man until this new age. Now you have to work. Now you have to go get a college degree. Now you have to depend on a system. Now you have to be a single woman. And you take this pride into being single parents and single mothers because you have to find a job in order to keep a roof over your head, which gives you another false sense of entitlement. Well, I'm doing it by myself. Can't nobody tell me nothing. That's a disgrace. Okay, because you ain't supposed to do it by yourself. That's the thing. But you take pride in that shit because it gives you the power of illusion, which actually is a foolish thing, man. So yeah, man, this Tina Turner character wasn't no fucking saint. I knew she never was a saint. You know, but I remember watching that movie younger, you know, with my mother there, you know, I had my aunties and shit, you know, and cousins and stuff there. And I remember when he took in the record booth and he basically took it from her, they were like, oh, they was calling him a piece of shit. Like, oh, he a piece of shit. That nigga. That's his wife. He's entitled to the box. You could take it from him. That's his wife. Now, of course, the way they displayed the scene, they try to make it seem like, oh, it was just, oh my God, he just raped her. Like, that's his fucking wife, man. You could take it from her. You know? And on top of that, she was a demon. And she sold out to Esau. So who gives a fuck, man? And that's why we're coming into the time now that you Jakes, man. You Jakes are getting ready to really get put on blast and you're getting ready to be destroyed. Okay? Because enough is enough. The lies are old, man. It's time to let the shit go. All right? So this is the book of Sirach 22. And, 22. And I'm going to start at verses... Let's start at verses 4. It says, a wise daughter should bring an inheritance into her husband. When does that happen? It says, but she that liveth dishonestly is our father's heaviness. And she didn't bring no inheritance to this man. Okay? She brought shame and contempt to him. The Hollywood demonized Ike, man. Okay? They got one side narrative. And at the time, feminism was heavily pushed during the time they was together. And that's why she started getting emboldened towards him, because they liberated women around that time. Okay, so when that movie What's Love Got to Do With It, I think it came out in 93. When that movie came out, Keisha was already gone. They just needed that to add fucking icing to the cake, because prior to that, they had fucking Boys in the Hood. You see Boys in the Hood, which shows you the display of a single mother trying her best to take care of two boys. One got killed. Okay, the better half got killed, and both of them got killed, actually. Okay, because the dope boy at the end of the movie, his death was off screen, but that show you that the woman don't have it under control, man. You know, she hated one, but then she loved the other one because what he represent. But then you laid down with the father. 9 times out of 10, the father was probably in the streets. You laid down with the nigga. You see? And you show, and that's the spirit, because Lawrence Fishburne and Angela Bassett both played in that movie, but they showed you how a man raising a man, 9 times out of 10, it becomes a higher success rate. He has more moral. He has a more stand-up character, more diverse. Because you notice, and that was a prime example of that movie. Brenda, I think that was her name. Both her sons died. Ricky and Doughboy died. Okay, Ricky was trying to go to college to play football. Okay, because you know the black woman, she put that, go play ball, go play sports. You know, go sell out, basically. And then Doughboy was a street nigga. Both of them end up being put to death by gang violence. Now, Trey, which is, what's this guy's name? Cuba Gooding Jr., that was the son of Lawrence Fishburne, which his name was Furious. You know, he was all into the black history. He was all into the knowledge about gentrification. And you seen how his son grew up and became successful. Son went to college And then, you know, he left out his father's house and he had a successful life. That's why he said, I know you think I'm being strict on you, Trey, but he said, your little friends, he said, they're gonna wish they had what you had because they got no guidance. One nigga was in a wheelchair, other nigga got locked up. And that's the primary example on men being outrooted. Esau sees that, man. That's why the scriptures tell you that. It says, roughly paraphrasing it, how can he take over the strong man's house unless he first bind the strong man? Esau knew exactly what he was doing. He couldn't allow Jake men to raise up their sons to be strong men, strong and independent men to run a households. So therefore, he kicked the man out of the families and subjected them to the women. Okay? Subjected them to the woman to the point women don't know how to raise no man. Okay? These women put all types of emotions on men. And trust me, we was talking about it yesterday. I know from firsthand experience, you know, just dealing with my mother for the time I dealt with her as coming up. I despised it, but I realized she put certain emotions on me and my little brother. You know what I'm saying? And I hated it. I hated that shit. I'm like, damn, you know, when you think about certain things and the way you react, you're like, damn, that's the way a female would act. Because we all fucked up. You know, but in your mind's how you being manly, you know, you aggressive, you want to fuck somebody up, which those are manly traits. At times they can be. But when you're defensive on every fucking thing, man, that's the emotion of a fucking woman, bro. And most Jakes in the world, even in this truth, we come from that. That's why we have to be renewed. This is why we need the Yahweh Shai. You know, Ike was a real man. Despite his shortcomings and his flaws and his fuck ups in life, hey, he had a real manly spirit. Even in What's Love got to do with it. He said, look, I ain't got time for this foolishness, man. He said, you gonna get in the car? What? She said, you're crazy. He said, you better get your ass in this car, woman. and you know, he genuinely loved the bitch. That's why when she ran away, he met her ass at the bus station. He like, look, man, you gonna get in this car, you gonna get my sons, and we finna go home. This is what a man would do. But they looked at him, oh, he's abusive, he's aggressive, he's putting his hands on her. Look, man, all that shit in the movie was just, that was Hollywood theatrics, man. And look up what Hollywood means. Look up Hollywood. Okay, hollow wood. When you think of think of a magic wand. Okay, Hollywood is full of sorcery, full of witchcraft, man. You got actors. This guy Mel Gibson is getting ready to expose all this shit in Hollywood if he ain't gonna come up dead soon. Okay, the whole thing with Walt Disney, Walt Disney. That's all witchcraft, man. Like they had a thing back in the day going to Disneyland when Mickey Mouse, he was like had the little wizard head on with the 5-point star. And he had the fucking magic wand. It was doing witchcraft, man. They was like, oh, this is a Mickey Mouse. This is a beautiful thing. You are literally indoctrinating your fucking kids. Because when you go to Walt Disney World, it's nothing more but a Hollywood playland. That's all it is. Got the Church of Satan in there. You know, the church, the Babylonian churches. It's crazy. You know, but our kids are sitting down, and I'm all over the place, but our kids are sitting down and they're being indoctrinated by these cartoons and, you know, Walt Disney and Disney on Ice. And, you know, all that's fun and dandy when you understand what it is. But it really puts spurs on these kids, man. Okay, you got little girls out here want to be fucking Spider-Man, bro. Miles Morales. Like, you got little girls that shouldn't be in that spirit. Little boys want to be fucking Tinkerbell. Little boy want to be the mermaid. Like, what the fuck, man? This place is through. And I love every bit of it that is fallen. But it says, but she that lived dishonestly is her father's heaviness. But she that is bold dishonored her father and her husband. And she dishonored Ike. I don't give a shit what any of you feminist bitches out there say. Oh, he's abusive. Bitch, abuse means to just misuse against a purpose. I ain't abusing you when I curse you out if I put correction on you. It's called correction. Okay, you call your woman a bitch because she's acting that way. That's not abuse. That's not verbal abuse. I'm not misusing her. That's verbal correction. Yeah, it's harsh and it can hurt your feelings, but the scriptures say words stir up strife. It do. And sometimes people just need to be cussed the fuck out. And you women, you need to be cussed. You women, majority of you need to be fucking stoned, man. I'm just being straight up. Majority of you need to be put back in your place. And you will be. And I can promise you that. Okay, in the times we living in, you women are getting ready to reap everything that all the bullshit you put out there, you are going to reap it 10 times more. Mark those words. And it says, she that is dishonor her, both her father and her husband, but they both shall despise her, man. And you women, you don't understand that. When you dishonor your men, that's why men that they dishonor you. That's why they despise you, man. You know, it's not the fact that your husband wants to have this wall up against you and wants to be angry with you and look at you with a side eye, but you're not taking account of what you've done to dishonor him. See, that's the thing. You people feel like, oh, men don't deserve honor. We deserve honor, man, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua deserves honor. We deserve honor, man, okay? Because without us, you would never be. You wouldn't have half the shit you have. Feminism was started by a punk-ass man, which was really to tax the women and to keep the family separated and to make the elites rich. But you think the Rothschilds, you think they wife go by feminism? You think they live the lifestyle? Hell fucking no. They wife know better. Their daughters are not even allowed in the round table when they talk business. You know, Mayor D. Rothschild or David Rothschild, whatever that damn devil's name is. You think his wife or his wives, or he like, look, bitch, go get on a plane and get the fuck out of here. The families are coming over. Be gone for 3 weeks to a month, and I don't want to see you. Don't call me, I'll call you. And then she acts stupid, then they just get another goddamn woman. She'll be poor before she can swipe a goddamn debit card at the airport, man. That's power right there. You know? But y'all go off of this fabulized bullshit that they show you on the TV. House girl wild, midwife, all that dumb shit, man. And wonder why you all messed up. It's stupid, man. Okay? Another precept here. This is the book of, and I'm going to end it. This lesson wasn't going to be long, but this is the book of Micah 7 and 10. It says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover. She that is my enemy shall see it, and then shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? It says, my eyes should behold her now. She should be trodden down like the mire of the streets. But let's go up to verse 8. It says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I've sinned against him. And we're bearing the indignation of the Lord. Literally, we're bearing it. We're biting this. We're eating this shit, bro. We're eating. Bro, the Most High put it to Jake to the point we're still eating it. Okay, because these women will not be in order until Yahweh Shem Yahushua makes a return. And really until this society starts to fall. That's when all you brothers that been having problems out of your women, your ribs or whatever, your broken ribs, I say it that way, your baby mamas or XY, whatever you want to call these niggas, that's when they all gonna start trying to come back and do right. And don't get it twisted, brothers. They all watch your videos. Okay, some way or some form, they know about what you're about and they watching you. You know what I'm saying? They're watching you and they're just waiting on the time to come back in the light. But hey, it's gonna be too late for a lot of you, man. You know, like, be honest with you, shit, most women I dealt with, they don't have a chance in hell on coming back. It's not gonna work. And you know, honestly, that's a good thing. But it says, oh, my enemy when I will fall. Matter of fact, it says, I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I've sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. It says he will bring me forth to the light and I shall behold his righteousness. And that's coming into this truth, this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. You see, it says the Lord brought us to the light so we understand our error. We understand that we've messed up. We've committed adultery on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We understand that the result of it was Eve. Well, Eve took the Gardenian pact first. But, you know, at the same time, we fell and we took the harder fall because of it. Which shows you that the men are the responsible leaders, because even then, you women, you going to get fucked up in this time, but it's just a short time. We had to go through 60, 70 years of oppression under you to this day. And yet Jacob's trouble ain't going to be over no 70-year period. Jacob's trouble can be, and I'm just speaking as a man, Jacob's trouble could be 3 months to a year. Who knows, right? But after that, after you all get jacked up, that's the end of your suffering. You coming right back in the kingdom in your right state of mind. So we took the brunt of that abuse, man, and you committed the most fucking offense. And it says, and he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is my enemy shall see it. Who is it talking about? It's talking about that damn woman. Okay, brothers, you are sleeping with the enemy, man. Okay, don't get it twisted on how good this motherfucker's pussy is, or her box. I'll say it that way. Don't get it twisted on how good her box is to make you stupid. You know what I'm saying? Your woman ain't the only one with good box, bro. You know, don't let that shit get you in a simple mindset. Oh, well, she got good pussy, I'm a fall victim. Look, man, Don't get taken by that shit. The scriptures say many men have fell out their wits for women. And a lot of these bitches, man, they be casting spells too, man. You know what I'm saying? You go through certain things with them, and then all of a sudden you get this sudden emotion on missing them and feeling some type of way about them, like you the one that did wrong when she was the offense the whole time. That's because they're casting spells and they're fucking with your energy, man. This is why we got to protect ourselves. All these women are into it. Every last one of them, for the most part. Their daughters are into it. Their friends are into it. Their mothers are into it. Their grandmothers are into it. They're into some sorcery. Tina was a fucking witch. Judge Joe even admitted it. You think Tina wasn't in no left-hand witchcraft? Yes, she sold out to Amalek, man. These women are casting spells, man. Even your beloved rib who you sleep with every night, she's casting spells or she's trying to cast spells on you. Are you gonna be stupid enough to believe it, or you gonna be like, oh, well, not my woman? I've heard Jake say that shit every time. And then they women be the biggest damn demons. Well, not my woman. All right, nigga. Shit, yeah, all right. We all thought the same thing and got a big surprise. Oh, not my woman. Yeah, what make you just so righteous that you got a perfect woman? Hell nah, bro. None of these women ain't right. I mean, none of them ain't right. All right. Even the ones that's right ain't right. You know. But it says, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? It says, my eyes should behold her. Now should she be trodden down as the mire of the streets, man. So, hey, you women, your terrain of wickedness is up. Yahweh Shai is getting ready to lay a charge to you. You were getting jacked up. You were catching all types of hell. And guess what? The fucking gravy train is just ending for you, man. This is just the beginning of the hell you're getting ready to catch, because sooner than later, that 911 ain't going to be there forever. These simp niggas ain't going to be there in your corner forever. These feminist niggas ain't going to be there forever. These momos ain't going to be there to protect you forever. So keep that same energy when the Most High brings this judgment to your doorstep. And I'm going to end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Shalom.